Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sailor Solitaire. I missed you guys. I feel like I haven't connected with you in a while. And if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I hope you guys enjoy this reading. This is a mid-May update. I did do a different format for the beginning of the month, and I feel like the majority, pretty much everyone, thought that it was too short. And I feel like it would have made more sense if I had done longer readings at the beginning and then done maybe a shorter version for the mid-month update. But I didn't do that, so these readings are going to be the old format. They're going to be a bit longer, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. And if you haven't already watched your general readings, then be sure to check that out. I'll link it down below, and I'll also put a clickable picture thing at the end of this video so you guys can click that as well. So without further ado, guys, let's get right to the reading. So around the 10th of May, we did have a full moon in Scorpio, and this is probably my favorite full moon of the year because the sun is in Taurus. I don't know about you guys, but it's been intense for me, so I hope you guys are hanging in there. I hope you guys are taking advantage of the catharsis that this full moon brings and releasing a lot of things that you don't need anymore and really growing from the energy, growing with the moment, with the times. Hi Geminis, welcome to your mid-month update. I hope that you guys are doing well. I feel like you guys are getting a bit restless. For those of you who are Gemini suns with a May birthday, happy birthday. And of course this is for all Gemini, sun, moon, rising sign, Venus sign, any sign that you identify with. So for those of you with Gemini influence, I do feel like you guys are finding it hard to like get a moment to yourself or even get a moment with your lover, with your love interest. I feel like there's less time for the things that you actually want to do, the one-on-one intimate things that you want to do, and there's more of a focus on social activities, on group activities, as opposed to those intimate conversations, those intimate moments of privacy. I feel like you're going to be kind of struggling with getting a moment to yourself and getting a private moment. So if you are trying to if you are trying to, I guess, get to know somebody a little bit better, then you may have to be more direct about your approach. You might have to just be more upfront because I feel like a lot of things are going to not get in the way, but there's definitely going to be a more friendly aspect or energy around. So if you want to stand out or make your intentions known, you do have to be explicit about it. Okay, Gemini, let's see what the cards have to say for you for the rest of this month of May. Okay, so the first card for you guys is this Eight of Wands. Okay, yeah, so I was definitely kind of getting this vibe, this feeling of restlessness, this feeling of eagerness. You guys just, have all this energy. You guys are like bouncing off the walls, and you guys want to, express that energy. You guys want to release that energy, but I feel like a lot of you should probably take caution or take precaution. And I feel like you would probably have to be careful to focus and direct that energy instead of letting it scatter. Again, like bounce off the walls. You want to aim that energy, aim that spark, that creativity that you feel. I know you guys feel that inside of you. This like you guys are you guys are fueled up. You guys just like filled your tank and you're ready to go. And it's almost like you want to burn all that energy really quickly, but I feel like there's just a warning, like a friendly warning, I guess, for you. It's more of like constructive advice rather than criticism, but it's just, I guess, telling you that you are going to be filled with this, like, you know, this energy that you're going to be moved, you know, called to do something. And it's great because you're going to have so much energy to do, you know, to get things done, even your daily routine, like things in your daily routine, things that you've been putting off. You're going to get that energy to, you know, finally just tackle it. And you're going to wake, like, not just wake up out of bed, but just like jump out of bed in the morning for the rest of the month. Or, you know, at some point from now until the end of the month, maybe the beginning of June, but around this time. So this Eight of Wands is a sudden strike of inspiration, sudden burst of energy. Maybe you're going to suddenly realize a solution to a problem that you've been having. You're going to gain some sort of insight, some clarity into your situation, and it's going to make, you know, it's going to get your gears working again. You know, if there was some issues with lack of motivation or a lack of energy even, that is going to be solved around this time. You have these unicorns here. They're ready. They're at your service. You got lots of you got lots of horsepower under your hood, and I guess some tricks up your sleeve. So, you know, don't worry if you have been sort of feeling like a bit lost, a bit uninspired, a bit lacking motivation, because you will suddenly realize why that's the case, and you'll be suddenly hit with either some good news, or things are going to start working in your favor. Maybe the conditions or even just your own mindset is much more positive now, much more favorable, and you're going to feel free to you know, to move about. You're not going to be restricted. You're not going to be paralyzed by, you know, fear or by your outside surroundings, and it's pretty much giving you the green light for whatever project or whatever task that you have been putting off. All systems go, basically. So now let's see what could possibly get in your way. What is a self-sabotaging behavior or self-limiting belief that you guys are faced with this month? Okay, and we have the Three of Swords. Interesting. So this Three of Swords in the tarot deck is notorious for being a heartbreak card, a card of suffering, a card of being betrayed, and really, I guess, losing a friend or losing a lover because you know, they have wronged you in some way. And this Three of Swords in reverse in this deck means that pain has left. So I think I remember talking about this with you guys, Geminis, a couple months back, way at the beginning, where I felt like you Geminis were holding on to a pain, and holding on maybe to somebody else, like a lover, or even, you know, someone from way in the past that you didn't realize had an effect on you, and you didn't realize you were holding on to. But you were definitely holding on to someone or something, a situation, a feeling of sadness, of grief, of suffering. You were holding on to that before, because it was like a safety blanket for you guys, and it was something that you weren't ready to let go of. It wasn't something that you were ready to lose in terms of your identity. You still very much defined yourself in those terms, and in relation to this pain, in relation to that person, in relation to what they did to you, and you were still upset about, not upset, but you were still, again, defining yourself in relation to that event or that person. And now I feel like you guys are releasing that, and I feel like, you know, 2017 has been a good year so far for you guys to finally cut off ties with people and situations that you were holding on to for a while. And I feel like you guys are really starting to feel lighter. You guys are starting to notice the rewards and the effects of you letting go, actually, completely letting go and just moving forward. And I feel like it's going to cycle, because you guys are going to realize how beneficial it is for you, and then it becomes easier and easier to do so. So why this Three of Swords in reverse is coming up in this position is because I feel like obviously it's slow. It's when there is something that's been a part of you for so long, something that you have been carrying with you in your experiences since then up until now, and going forward, they're going to kind of build on top of that, because you've been pushing that down and you've been holding it. It's been a part of you for so long that all these experiences are going to build on top of it, and it's hard to kind of chisel away and completely eradicate it, completely get rid of it. I feel like I don't think it's always going to be there in a sense where it's always going to have a negative hold on you, but I feel like it's still hard to get that last little bit, and it's almost like antibiotics. You're fighting an infection, and if you don't continue the course of your antibiotics, the bacteria or whatever just replicate even more, and it just runs wild. So even though it's like you guys have been doing some healing, and you guys, it's like when people are on some sort of antibiotic mixed with like symptom relief, all in one, and then they notice that their symptoms go away when they take the medicine, so they stop taking the medicine, but they don't realize that they need to keep doing the medicine so that the infection actually clears. So they're getting symptom relief, but the actual, underlying, those microscopic issues inside of them are not clear, even though they don't, on the surface, their symptoms are gone, and on the outside, they don't feel like they're sick anymore. They don't feel like the problem still persists, even though on the inside it does. So that, I feel like, is why the Three of Swords in reverse is in this position, to remind you guys that you are doing the healing to release things, let things go, and I do feel like you guys are lighter because of it. You guys are doing great, but it's not just a one-time thing where you guys can expect to just say to yourself, okay, I'm healing, I'm forgetting about this, I have closure now, it's okay, I can just leave it behind, and then not worry about it, because you have to every day constantly, consciously make the effort to remember to train your mind a little bit, or to watch your thoughts at least, so that when you start to go down a certain path, you stop that before it happens. It's almost like for those of you who have ever been tobogganing, or with a sledding down a hill, like with snow on it, go Canada, you notice that the tracks that the snowmobile make, it makes like grooves in the snow, and every time you go down that path, it gets easier and easier, but you have to consciously stop yourself, so that eventually the path kind of erodes and the path disappears. And that's kind of what you have to do in your head and in your heart as well. You have to stop those negative cycles, that negative karma, finally learn those lessons, turn around, instead of going down the familiar route, down your heart and down your mind, deep in your mind, or even late at night with your thoughts, instead of walking down that same path, just turn around, or take a different path. Feed what will nourish you. So you have that energy, you have that that direction, you have that willpower, you have that strength and the stamina and the energy. Your tank is full for the rest of this month, and you have that under your belt. You have that going for you. So don't make the mistake of going down or using that energy and dissipate that energy in a way that is not going to serve you in the future. Think about how to direct that energy so that it will create something for yourself, and not just don't just try to release the energy in any sort of careless, haphazard way. Try to direct that energy and try to find a creative way to make that work for you. Okay. So a positive strategy for you guys to adopt would be Temperance. Okay, so this is a beautiful card. You have the balancing of the elements here, and this card is all about moderation. This card is all about not pushing or pulling too much or too little. It's about that sweet spot. It's about tinkering the situation, or tinkering even your mind, so that you can get the best results. It's experimenting, trial and error, in order to get exactly what you want, and in order to have a more harmonious outcome in whatever you do. So again, you're going to be given a lot of energy. You're going to be almost bouncing off the walls, but try to direct this energy and try to not take it down the wrong path. You have to consciously make that effort to walk, I guess, the line that you want to, that will direct you into a future position that you want and that you actually in your heart desire, and not just one that is familiar or comfortable to you. So it does take a lot of willpower, a lot of discipline. She has wings here, denoting her divinity, her you don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be willing to make an effort and to put in to make hard decisions and to have integrity to do what is right. She even has her foot, it's almost like in the water, so it's almost like 1 foot out, 1 foot in. And so in terms of charging forward, again, you will have that energy, you will have a lot of fire burning within you, but don't let it burn out too quickly. Try to be moderate about it, and don't let it just escape or be released too quickly. Try to fashion it, or try to make it into something that will be sustainable for you. Okay, and so what is actually working for you? What is a positive quality? What's going on for the rest of this month that is good? It's working for you. Okay, we have this 4 of Swords. So yeah, I do feel like a lot of you are, you have been coming from a place, maybe not even recently, but your background, I guess, would be coming from a place of hurt, being even misunderstood, or somebody, actually betraying you and not treating you the way that you feel like you deserve and that you should be treated. So I feel like you guys have, kept your head up high during that time. You've been kind of just moving forward, and I feel like for some of you, it's been sort of it's been getting into a routine, or it's sort of just habit, like you're going through the motions a little bit. But again, you will be given this sudden strike of insight, of inspiration, and I feel like if you have been kind of just going through the motions, you're going to finally, again, jump out of bed and be motivated to do something. You have, again, been admirably sticking to it. I don't feel like you guys have really broken down, I guess, as much as you could have. You guys have been staying strong, keeping your head up high, which is really good. I feel like with this sudden, with this newfound energy inside of you, with this restlessness, again, you will have to have discipline. You will have to moderate yourself, and you don't want to be going backwards. You want to be, because with this 8 of Wands, I mean, it's just a lot of energy. So you could either use that energy to go forward or backward. It's really up to you. This 8 of Wands is not really discriminating against forward progress versus backwards motion. So it's up to you to kind of take control. These are just unicorns here, and you have to take the initiative. You have to take more of a leadership role when it comes to directing your path and creating your future. So thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. Like this video, don't like this video. Just share your opinions. I'd love to hear them. Don't forget to watch your general readings for this month of May. I'll link it down below and I'll provide a link at the end of this video. And don't forget to check out your other signs as well. Your sun, moon, rising sign, Venus sign, whatever sign resonates with you and whatever sign you identify with. If you don't know your other signs, I did make a video about that, so I'll link that as well at the end of this video. And until then, take care, have a wonderful, wonderful day, week, rest of the month, year, if I never see you again. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. I hope to see you guys in June. I love you very much. Take care. And thanks again for watching.